single day in London, but we will not let that deter us from bringing that heat tonight, baby. We had a powerful cooking weekend, lots of food prep to fuel us for the coming weeks, to bring the hee and ha-has. Man, I'm gonna get sick of chili. I went to TK Maxx this weekend. Got these fire hoodies. Man, I just love them. I don't know why. People hate on TK Maxx. I'm not sure. I love it. We're getting the bus today because I can't be asked to cycle. I'm lazy like that. Come across this interesting lounge. So exclusive. No one's allowed in. Good omen for tonight. We'll get to the Lyttelton Arms, right next to Mornington Crescent Station. We've got the good comedy gig in the back, where we have a look and almost bump into our MC. Sorry, mate. Right. It's a nice tidy little room, ready to go. I realised the MC is a great comedian who was present at vlog number 2, where I actually had one of my best sets and forgot my stuff right in the middle. I have my friend Amelia ready to go. Let's see what we got.
Are you guys ready for your next act? Yeah. Okay, get ready to go wild and go crazy for the fantastic Chris Allen!
Yo, hey, how's it going? Yeah, thank you for having me. You're welcome. Lily just alluded to it, so this mic ain't working too well. We got any football fans in the crowd? Yeah, scumbags, a lot of you. Yeah, you fucking piece of shit. Look at you, yelling at people. No, hey, you thought you was gonna get away with that? You can't be yelling at a club and expect me just to say nothing. No, but they were, not all football fans, right? I'm a football fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. So there's some civilised ones out there. Thank you, well done. We're winning the league. I'm just talking about those ones that are probably like your dad, who's just got that undying loyalty for their team. They're just very extreme in the way they show it. Kind of like a mix between a dog and a terrorist. Because you remember the Euros, right? We made it to the final. Hey, fantastic! We celebrate. I saw this video on the day of the final with this guy in the middle of Leicester Square lighting a firework out of his asshole while throwing up. I mean, the Qataris are coming here being like, and you think we're animals? This guy's abusing his own human rights. Oh, you pieces of shit. For the Premier League, right, they did something good, right, for once. They released this list to recognise the most influential black people in football. So, fantastic stuff. Hey, thank you, well done. One fan. So they've got players like Marcus Rashford and Saka and, the other one that missed. That shit still hurts. Guess what they called it? The blacklist. It's true. Right, and I wrote down the definition of a blacklist, just so we understand what we're working with, right? A blacklist is a list of people or things that are regarded as unacceptable or untrustworthy and should be excluded or avoided. Right? I mean, I thought these guys were supposed to be celebrated. I mean, what do they get if they make the list? An all-expense paid trip back to where they came from. I mean, at least on Love Island, if you win that, you get a whole bunch of money. You get put on the suicide watch list too, but Come on, they mostly make it. That's unreasonable. But I feel like people try and recognise black people in a lot of strange ways in the last few years, right? We had the term BAME, right? That got cancelled. The one I never understood was the term person of colour. How'd that get through? Huh? No, right, because look at me, right? I'm a black guy, as you can tell, because of the smell. And I'm working on it, right? Don't laugh at me. And this vegan at Whole Foods told me that is actually a self-identifying preference. Now, I'm being honest, right? I had no clue what they then was talking about. And I don't think I even know what it means. Because like all my life, I thought I was born black. I hadn't realised it was a preference. I mean, what other excuse could I make for the amount of fried chicken I eat? It's fucking ridiculous. It's an addiction, it's a disease, I was born with it. I've lost far too much because of my fried chicken addiction. Mainly because of the chicken grease, you know, things just slip right out of your hand. Just rolls, you know, stains your tops, you can't get that shit out. I try Vanish, don't work. Shocking. I mean, how did that meeting go, though? You know, where they're thinking of like blacklists, it's like, they're just sitting in this meeting and go, guys, we have to come up with something that just isn't so bleeding obvious. And the guy's like, I got one. Another one, Jeff? Yeah, no, it's a good one this time. The Negro Collective. No? Right. I mean, the third person of colour is someone that isn't white, right? Now, for me, any term that categorises me and Ariana Grande in the same group, it's got to be a mistake, right? I mean, she's like a 5 foot American Latino woman, and I'm not. You know? I'm a 5 foot 8, 18 stone black man. I barely fit in most smart cars. It's ridiculous. We're not the same human. But like growing up, the term coloured was like the Disney version of the N-word. You know, where you got a movie set in the 1940s before black people were good at sports. And you know, you got this goofy kid that goes to the shop to meet this Jason Statham, racist-looking fuck, and you know, he goes, "We don't like your kind, coloured boy." You know, after all that hard shit, he runs home to his mum, and his mum goes, "That's okay, baby." You know, with all the inspiration and diabetes. People are always going to judge you for your skin colour, but that's alright. What's inside that counts. You know, after all that hardship, that young kid grows up to be the president. Whee! Happy ending to the movie. Unfortunately, this is real life, and that colour was orange. It was Trump. You guys have been wonderful. I've been Chris Sally. Thank you very much.
Chris Sally, everybody!
Alright, I'm just walking home. Now, before I get into talking about the set, everyone that was there, but certainly from my perspective, had witnessed the worst bombing I've seen. Gosh, ever, maybe? I mean, I watched stand-up comedy for years. You know, I'd seen a lot of live comedy before I'd started doing it. And I've started obviously doing the open mic circuit almost a year, probably a week away on Monday actually, so yeah, in 6 days time. I mean, at one point he called someone the lesbian, which definitely didn't go down well, and it was pretty brutal. So I'm glad I was in the first half because he was in the second. But to be fair, man, my guy Zach absolutely recovered from that fucking black hole that he left, and he did really well, so good for him. But so with my set, I'm glad I watched it back before I've done this, because it's one of those classic ones where I thought, I actually said afterwards, it was about as much of a train wreck as it could have been. Now that's probably just because I was only really trying to focus on two specific bits that I was changing up this time round. I've been working on it a bit, and hopefully you've seen a bit of development. Sorry, got a bit dark there. But I don't know, maybe, you know, just a lot of things just lent itself to me feeling a little bit flat with it. But I don't feel too disappointed, to be honest, because all the other bits kind of work, and you know, I kind of skip bits here and there, so I'm not too fussed. The two new bits that I tried, maybe there's some legs to it, but I can always go back to, you know, Lisa Lee rather than Ariana Grande, and I kind of fluffed that joke up anyway. And trying to work on the terrorist football fan. Maybe the joke is just, I'm just trying to do too much with it, overcomplicate. I should just leave it where it is, really. So yeah, something to learn from. I've got one more gig now before King Gong. Maybe I'll try and fit in another one if I feel like I need to try and be a bit more prepared, because after tomorrow, that's it. I've got 5 days until King Gong. and I want to make sure that I'm fucking prepared as much as I can be. Because once we're there was no going back. But the next vlog will be that one. So on to the next one.